Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video and share it to your friends and your loved ones. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about living in Hungary, or to be more specific, schooling in Debrecen. But I'm just still going to generalize living in Hungary. So if you like to see this kind of video, then please make sure you keep on watching. Alright, so I'm gonna be answering some questions. I've done a couple of videos like this before in the past, and I don't want to keep repeating myself sometimes because I usually get a lot of questions about like topics like this. In order not to repeat myself, I would like to answer the questions that people have asked me that I feel that I may not have answered in my previous videos, or maybe things have changed and I might need to, give recent information. I'm going to leave the previous videos in the description box in case this video is not enough for you and you want more information about living in Hungary, schooling in Hungary, working in Hungary. Yeah, you can check out my previous videos and that might be helpful. I'm going to be reading the questions because it's a lot. I'm just trying to make something meaningful out of the different questions I get on a daily basis. The first question that she asked me, or the person asked me, is basically this about Debrecen, because I schooled in Debrecen if you're not aware. The person asked, is Debrecen a nice university for international students? And I would say yes, it is. Why? Because I feel like Debrecen is actually a smaller city. Right now I'm currently in Budapest. I work in Budapest. So comparing Budapest and Debrecen is way smaller and it's filled with a lot of international students from different nationalities, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from East Africa, South Africa, from the US, from the UK. There are a lot of international students. It's a nice place for international students. There's no discrimination there. Everybody has their own different cultural beliefs and background. The next question is, what facilities do they provide, in quotes, good environment? I don't even know what that means, but facilities they provide, just like any other university in the Obodoibo, in the abroad, in diaspora, facilities are always provided for, universities like this, especially universities that have medicine and a lot of other courses to offer. I don't know what you mean by what facilities do they provide, but I'm going to give a few events or things that they actually do aside from teaching you, your course. So one of the things that they do, first of all, they have different sports. So there's sports center for games, football, whatever. There are conferences as well. It's just, to be honest, all these things, it depends on you. If you are really interested in these things, just for you to find out. So what I always advise people is, instead of asking me all of these questions, why not find out when you arrive? You come here and find out whatever interests you, and you might find people that are also equally interested in the things that you're interested in, and you can build a community from there and get even more information. Because I wasn't the type to be involved in a lot of things, so I wouldn't have the information for a lot of things. Like I said, I was only a student. I'm not sponsored by any of these schools. I'm literally just answering you from my own, nice, peaceful heart. Like I said earlier, they offer sports events. So there's a particular event called Medical Skupa, where the different medical universities from the different cities in Hungary come together for a competition. It's just like in your secondary school, you have the inter-house sport from different houses in your school, the red house, the green house, the blue house, whatever. So this is basically between the medical schools, and I think there's swimming there, basketball, football, and some other games that I don't really even know of. But yeah, all of those games are there. So if you're interested, or you are a very sporty person and you like to play games like this, then make sure you just go and ask. Everything's about information and asking questions. Just go ahead and ask. Sometimes they offer, or they send emails to say that there are some people that come to give a conference about a particular research topic or whatever. So if you're interested in things like that, to be honest, I won't lie to you, I did not go for any of them because I was always tired. Let me just tell you, it's very helpful. Some of them are helpful, and I feel it's very important because you can get connections from there. You can network. You can even have the opportunity to ask maybe the lecturers or whoever is giving this research presentation questions, some questions that might be beneficial to you in future. So if you know that, or if you see that there are conferences or talks, or what they call them, TED Talks or whatever, that they come to give in schools, I think that I mean, depending on you, it's still based on your preference. If you're interested, I think that you should go ahead and give it a shot. It's just for you to do your research as well. There are some communities, or should I say workshops, that happen like in Europe, not necessarily in Debrecen, but it's just for you to find out when and where. And like I said, there's also research opportunities. So if you want to do research from your second year, you're free to apply for research, and you can also use that as your thesis in your final year. So if you're interested in any research topic, go ahead and feel free and explore. There's also International Cultural Day, where basically all the international students cook, and dress in their cultural attire if you deem fit. They basically cook like their traditional meal and display it. It's like competition as well, but like everybody has the opportunity to taste this food, and from different countries, from Africa. I mean, all the countries in Africa. Like for instance, let me use Nigeria as an example so that I don't beat around the bush. So Nigeria can decide to cook jollof rice, they can decide to cook fried rice, egusi, depending on what is available. It also depends on the ingredients. You decorate your space, you have your own space, so you decorate it either with your flag or with your Ankara fabric, for instance, your traditional attire. It's just a very nice, fine, fun day. There's music, and at the end of the day they announce the winner. Obviously there are judges there, and I think the judges are usually lecturers or the dean of the school or something, and then there's always a winner. It's quite fun, and I think that that's some extracurricular activity that you can add to your regular going to school and coming back. Usually for new students, there's always this thing called Goya Ball, where they have it's like a gala night or a ball night, where it's like welcoming you new students into the school. So if you're not aware of that, those things happen. It's just that you need to be informed. People dress in very nice attires. You can go with a date if you do. It's like prom, but not necessarily prom. You get what I'm trying to say? You get the opportunity to network with other students, not necessarily just from your country itself. You can network with other people like from other countries as well. There's a whole International Students Association that organizes these things. So yeah, if you want to be informed about things that the international students organize, then maybe you should join the Facebook group, which I always advise. Join different groups: your class group, your seminar group, and international students group. And if you're Nigerian, join the Nigerian Students Association as well. Okay, so she said accurate accommodation payments for a room and what to look out for. Honestly, I like to leave that for a different video. I think I've talked about accommodation in the past, but I would just say that everything depends on your budget. When you're coming in here, just make sure that you have a place to stay for a start, for the first few months or for the first month, and then get to see how the place is, and then you can definitely ask questions to find out where's the best location to live, and how to find an apartment. But make sure you always have a place to stay first so that you're not stranded. But when I came, there was a student hostel called Augusta, so that's where I stayed for I think a month or for a whole semester. I don't remember. I think for a whole semester actually, before I moved out to get my own apartment. I don't really like to give people prices, to be honest, because I feel like it's a personal thing and it's just based on what you're willing to spend. Have it in mind that the minimum amount that you should always think of should be 300 euros if you want to get a decent space. So the person said, what amount of money is okay for a standard spender, like for food, clothes, transportation, and whatever? And again, I will have to do a separate video on finances here. But for a spender, it means that you have money. Let me just put it that way, because I don't even know what you mean by for a proper spender. But I like to think that I'm a spender. Everybody, whether you're a spender or not, I think everybody just needs to have a monthly budget for themselves, just so that you know how to discipline. It's like training yourself. You need to discipline yourself, whether you have the money or you don't have the money. It's very important for future life purposes. I just say that at least 1,000 euros should be enough, plus your rent. So your rent is maybe 300 euros or 400 euros or 500 euros depending. That should be separate from the normal 1,000 euros. So in total maybe 1,500 euros, because normally rent takes bulk of your money and you just never know what can happen at any point in time. So 1,000 euros or $1,000 is enough in my opinion, because there you can pay your utility bills from there, as well as feeding, transportation, and any extracurricular activities, and you will not be stranded. I'm going to give a more detailed video about like finances in Hungary. If you're interested in that video, make sure you subscribe. Getting a job in Hungary as a student. She said, how is it to get a job in Hungary, and what is the minimum wage per hour? Minimum wage per hour, I think from I just checked Google, and as of last year, June last year, it was about almost 500 euros for minimum wage. But that's not per hour, that's just per month. Per hour, I don't know how much it is. How is it easy to get a job? I don't know if it's as a student or after school, but just like I told her, just like any job or any place, jobs don't really come easy like that anywhere anyways. Like you need to actually apply, and it takes a while. It can take you 2 months, it can take you 1 month, it can take you 5 months. It just depends. So I'm not the one to tell you how long it takes for somebody to get a job. It just depends on if they are willing to take, if the company is willing to hire you. If they're willing to hire you, then you can get a job at any time. So just apply, just keep applying until there's a breakthrough. How to get a job, I will definitely do a separate video on like the things to look out for, especially if you're a doctor and you're trying to apply for residency program or something like that. I'll do a separate video on that. So after masters, what is the possibility of remaining here, and how long till one can get permanent residence? I mean, I'm here, right, and I did masters, so the possibility of remaining here after masters is very feasible and very possible. It's just you that has to time yourself, in the sense that you need to know when your permit is going to expire. Literally, see, everything is just about timing. Everything in life is timing. You need to be alert. Nobody's going to come and remind you that your permit is going to expire. Nobody's coming to remind you that, oh, there's this thing that's available, there's this option available here. You need to literally go by yourself and find out every little information that you need for yourself. Either you go to the immigration office and ask for yourself, or you ask people around. Maybe somebody has done it and they've not really had the opportunity to share with other people. I started applying for jobs before I graduated, and of course I did not get a job even before I graduated. I was still applying 6 months after I graduated. Start applying before you graduate, and make sure that your permit is still valid. If your permit is about to expire, there's an opportunity for you to apply for a 9 month job search permit, and you can use that to keep applying for a job. And then once you get a job, you can now upgrade to a work permit. So basically it's all information. Everything is literally information. And getting a PR, I don't know, rules change every time, but I think you should have been here for a while. I don't know how many years, maybe 5 years or 10 years, I don't know. What I know for sure is that you should have paid tax for at least 2 years of your, while you're working. So at least 2 years you should be paying tax, and you should have a working contract as well that shows that you're still paying tax. I think that's what qualifies you for PR, but I'm not really sure because I'm not yet in that tax bracket yet. Until I'm there, then I will know exactly what to do. If you're a student as well, the extra thing I'm going to say here is, if you want to make some extra cash to add to your frivolous lifestyle, to enjoy yourself, you can, if you have a skill, you can make money off that. So just depending, if you know how to make hair, you can use your hair making skills to make money. Whatever skills that you have, this is a time to put it to good use and make money out of it, make a business out of it. If the money that they send you from home is not enough, this can also help support some little things here and there. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on how to get an apartment, how to get a job, and finances in Hungary. So please, if you're interested in those videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also check the description box, because I'm going to leave the links to the previous videos that I've done on this particular topic, just in case there might be other things that might be useful to you guys. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new here, once again, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it to your friends and loved ones. And I'll see you in my next one.